Welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Matt. We're here with a real-life weirwood tree.
Hey, I'm Tim. We're here at the Hopewood Estate in Flat Rock, North Carolina, and it is early November. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. But this is the closest thing that we've ever seen to a real-life weirwood tree from Game of Thrones. I mean, this is one of the oldest Japanese maples, one of the biggest Japanese maples at the base that we've ever seen. And you see how this trunk contorts and sticks out? It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the Flanagans are so gracious to come here and let us talk about their tree. We estimate this tree was planted around 1890, and it was a pretty big tree then. It was actually probably brought to Flat Rock on a horse and buggy, and this thing's massive, guys. It is definitely one of the biggest circumference Japanese maples I've ever seen anywhere in the world.
Likely imported from Japan to a port in Charleston and then brought all the way here in Western North Carolina. By car, that's a 4-hour drive. Horse and buggy with the Japanese maple during that time frame in the late 1800s, that's simply amazing that they did this to plant this Japanese maple here. I mean, the Hopewood Estate here is amazing, and this tree is pretty spectacular.
We're starting to get into some fall color, and this thing is intense. It is lighting up with some brilliant reds, and it is just spectacular. It's the closest thing I've ever seen to a weirwood tree. We joke about that, but this thing looks magical.
Matt and I saw plenty of Japanese maples in Japan. We've traveled the world and looked at Japanese maples, and this is, oddly enough, is 10 minutes from our nursery, and it is perhaps the biggest Japanese maple we've ever seen. It is amazing. The red color on this too, as it's starting fall color right now, is exceptional. I mean, it's amazing to capture this plant at this moment in time, and time is definitely something that this tree has seen. And that's one of the reasons.
It's amazing to look at a plant like this. You know, we did get to see a 400-year-old Japanese maple in Japan, and that was the Nakakomoto weeping, and we'll do a full video on that too. We love some of these older trees. We love to get some champions out there. I don't know if this is necessarily the champion, but it is the biggest diameter tree I've ever seen, especially in North America. I've never seen one in North America that is, you know, Acer palmatum as a species that has this kind of caliper to it. I mean, when I first saw this tree, my friend Dr. Criticos brought me here to the Flanagans' home, and I was walking up this bank out of leaf, and I didn't believe it. I didn't believe my eyes until I got up there and I looked at the buds and I said, wow, okay, this actually is what you said it is. I can't believe it.
A lot of times people would tell us we've got a large tree and it would be a Norway maple, a Acer platanoides crimson king. And you'd get up there and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a cool maple. But when to see a Japanese maple of this size really tells you how the age this plant has. And just like the weirwood trees from Game of Thrones that see throughout all the different things throughout time, this maple has saw so much happen in its lifespan of here being planted here in the United States.
Yeah, you could just imagine. I mean, this tree's been around, you know, over 120 years, maybe more. I don't know how big it was. There's a drawing of the Hopewood Estate when the estate was being built. And this tree's probably 15, 20 foot in that picture. That's around 1910, so you can estimate it was a little bit older even from that time frame. Just really cool to see trees of this age. They're very rare to see, specifically a Japanese maple of this age. We always let people know that Japanese maples can live to be over 100 years old, but to find ones that were that old, you know, they had to be brought here on a horse and buggy. That's the crazy part. I mean, there was no big heavy equipment. People weren't coming in with a skid steer and planting this thing. So, I mean, the work that went into getting it here is something else.
And on top of that, there may have been other Japanese maples planted near the coast around the same time, but they wouldn't have got the same size that this one would have got here in the mountains in that same time frame.
It's got that cool summers, and yeah, just something to behold. So we hope you like this. Let's get another close-up look at our real-life weirwood tree. Hey guys, so here we have a close-up of that leaf. As you can see, this one is actually Acer palmatum subspecies amoenum with that real big, large leaf. We're a huge fan of this tree. Special thanks to Dennis Flanagan for letting us get back out here and film at the Hopewood Estate. Just a beautiful tree. We wanted to capture this one in fall color for you guys, and it is really something to behold. I hope the camera does this one justice because it's just glowing out here in the fall sun.
Now, if you want to learn more about the history behind this plant, go check out our video on the Hopewood Estate. We've got a full video. We go around and talk about all the plants in the garden, and then we come do a focus right here on this tree in about June. So you really get to see this tree in the full garden. So go check out that video. Really hope you've enjoyed seeing this in fall color. We knew we had to come back out here and hit it was in fall color. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, remember to shop on MrMaple.com.
Thanks guys, have a good day.
Take care and God bless.